Well, we're going to go on talking about it, aren't we? Joining us now, former Conservative advisor Claire Pearsall. Morning, Claire.
Morning.
Hello. Now, do you feel it's a new dawn, it's a new day, everything's going to be possible, or are you really seriously worried?
I think I need to get over the tiredness of the last sort of 48 hours. But it's interesting to see the appointments being made, and these are the same names that we've heard on the shadow benches for some time. So it's no surprise that they're in the cabinet. I think what is interesting is the appointment of James Timpson as Prisons Minister. I think bringing somebody in from the outside who's got some expertise is a really good way of starting. But everybody else, we kind of know who they are. We kind of know what to expect from them. But we have to be able to let them try and get on with the job. Even though it's not the result I wanted, we need to give them that opportunity to see if they can make a difference.
And Claire, the post-mortem must begin at CCHQ, the worst Tory defeat in 230 years. 12 cabinet ministers got the boot. That's a record. And now all eyes are on who is the next leader. Rishi Sunak bowed out graciously, I felt yesterday. But the runners and the riders is very interesting. We've got the pro-Farage right-wingers, the Bravermans, the Jenricks, the anti-Farage right-wingers, the Badenochs, the Patels, and then the centrists. Which direction do you think the party is going to take? Because you and I, many people have been saying for ages, the Conservative Party seems to have forgotten how to be conservative.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. The party needs to decide what being a Conservative actually means. And I think that's the problem. And now we're down to the same arguments, the same sort of groups of people, the same sections of the Conservative Party, just a much reduced pool of people. We now have 121. The arguments are still going to be there. The debate is still going to be there as to how best to pull the party together again. But I think that we're going to see a few weeks of infighting, of jostling for position. And you've still got to understand what's going to win the hearts and minds back of the voters. And I don't think at the moment Conservative MPs are in that position. So expect a lot of fireworks, a lot of sharp elbows as people come forward. It's never going to be dull in politics. And sadly, that's what we all live for.
I found what I found was utterly amazing watching all of the news coverage from home was that, all right, Keir Starmer may have won, Labour Party's won, stonking majority. The Conservatives have done historically badly. But who is dominating the conversation? Every time, it's almost the first thing that comes up, no matter what the interview, and it's Nigel Farage and Reform UK. They're all talking still about him and almost allowing him to dominate the agenda.
Yes, it shouldn't have been a surprise that Reform did well, but it was. And I think the establishment underestimated quite the power of a party like Reform when people are angry and they feel they're not being listened to. But we need to start scrutinising now that there are 5 Reform MPs within Parliament. We need to scrutinise the policies, what they're going to be offering, just like any other party. So we need to put down the sort of celebrity status and the big results. The real work starts now, and they have to be able to stand up their policies and their ideas in Parliament. They have to be able to get that message over to the general public. And I think that they are looking for a long game and the next election in 2029, but they have to be able to stand up what it is they want to do and how much better they'll make people's lives.
Claire, I'm going to press you on this point about the fork in the road that awaits the Conservatives. Do you go down a more right-wing route, which is what a lot of voters wanted? That would have got rid of the need for Reform UK even in the first place. The Brexit Party only came to exist because the Tories weren't getting Brexit done. And so the Reform UK Party has come along to try and make the Conservatives actually be Conservatives. Still, there's talk about a potential merger. I spoke to an MP yesterday who said we need to talk to Nigel Farage. Others vehemently saying absolutely no chance. That guy has no place in our party. And now he'll be on those green benches, irritating the heck out of the Conservatives all the time. What's the route forward for the Tories?
Well, for a start, they need to understand a consistent message. They want to be able to come together. And it's all very well to say you need to move more to the right wing because of Reform and what's happened. When you're out there talking to Conservative members in different parts of the country, That message doesn't always come through. What they wanted was a more centrist, centre-right government, and that's what we hadn't offered. And I think that people get really stuck in trying to make the Conservative Party be a branch of reform, when the Conservative Party actually needs to look at why they were popular, what policies were popular, and then look at how a Conservative can make that happen. So I'm not going to give you any predictions about which wing is going to win out over this, because I think it will be quite a bloody battle. But centre-right, I think, is going to be the right direction, sensible, consistent and efficient.
We'll wait for that.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a bit of a bloodbath first, isn't there?
It might be a long wait.
I don't know. People are already, matching themselves up, aren't they? OK, Claire, lovely to see you. Thanks very much indeed. Go and get some kip. Everybody's looking a bit baggy-eyed this morning. Not you, of course.
I am.
But, it's had that effect, hasn't it?